Hey, it's another vlog. I think the number one thing that I am uncomfortable about with vlogging is this part. Is this actual vlogging part where I talk to the camera and let you know what's happening with my day and that stuff. I feel super uncomfortable. It's super not natural to me. Anyway, and that's why I decided to start today with this. And I think if I do it enough times, it's not going to be uncomfortable. I think it's going to be fun. I'm very excited to be at work. I'm always excited to be at work. I am someone who likes work. And I know that I'm coming from a place of work privilege where I really do have a cool job. And it's something that I created. So today is exciting because yesterday I announced that I have a book. For the past year, I've been working with a publisher and writing a book, and it is going to be amazing. It's a really good book. And once again, I can say that because the book is not only with me in it. I feel like that is the best way to do things, is with a whole bunch of your friends, and then you can boost it up, because you're not boosting yourself up. You're not just
tooting your own horn.
Pumping your own chest.
Tooting your own horn.
But anyway, so I wrote a book. And so today, I think the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to reply to the emails about my book announcement. Because I have a book. I haven't said that out loud because it's been a freaking secret for a year. And I am very, very exceptionally not good at keeping secrets, especially when there are exciting secrets. It feels really good to be able to talk about it outside of my immediate circle and talk about it with my online friends. And someone commented, there were a few comments about how it feels weird because they don't know me, but they feel like they know me, and so they're excited it's their, it's their news as well. And I've been thinking about that a lot. Online friendship and online connection, and how we are always taught to downplay it and downplay the meaning and the significance. But the truth is that online friends and online people and the online community has saved me countless times, saved me from depression so many times, extreme loneliness. I've made true friendships that I would consider to be really, really big in my heart. And so I think sometimes we downplay the effect of digital, that we downplay the good sides of digital, but really the results of that are very tangible, very tangible. So it makes me happy to know that it does feel shared, because it is. It's not just my book. It's it's a community's books. I always feel like I'm not worried about business competition, because more people making art is the best news. More people making art is good for everyone in the art business, everyone making art. More people making art means more people understand it, more people have better mental health, they have all the benefits from making art. And more people making art means that it's just good. It's just good news. So yeah, I'm excited when another artist does well. I would hope that other artists are excited when I do well, because it's not just one, I don't know, there's a sense of community between artists and between the art community. And I think, more people doing art means that there are more ways of doing art, and more people are able to express themselves through art in the way that they want to do it. If someone doesn't gel with the way I make art, that's totally fine, but I want them to find a way that does gel well with them, a way that does excite them, in order for them to find their own magic, because everyone doing the same thing is boring. Okay, that became... See, this is maybe why I'm uncomfortable with talking to the camera because I waffed.
Babble.
I mean, I'm just standing here talking to myself, essentially. So it makes sense that I am
Babbling.
talking a lot of nonsense.
Yes.
But main thing, my book is now out in the open. See, I'm even bad at, like, announcing that to you. But, like, my book's now out in the open. I'm excited for the community in general. I am excited for everyone to be making more art. My goal with anything that I create is always just for, like, one person to make something. So I think that might happen with the book, and therefore I'm happy with it. Anyway, today, good day. I'm going to answer those amazing emails. I am going to print them out. I've already decided. I mean, I always save nice messages, like when my business partner left the company, I got so many nice emails, and those are all saved and in my heart and in my digital space. I am a chronic memories collector, and so all the messages, all the like reposts, everyone sharing in my excitement, I have screenshotted. And anyway, I think I'm going to print that out and bind them into a book. So I think maybe I'll start that today while I go through the emails, and I will also be finalizing the new Get Messy season. So Get Messy runs in seasons. Every month there's a new season. The new one will be out by the time this vlog is out because it's tomorrow. So the new one is mindfulness, and it's also exciting for a reason that I can't tell you yet. My whole life is just can't tell you yet. But it's an exciting season, and so we do all of it in advance. Get Messy works completely in advance, otherwise I would go crazy. But there's still a few things to have to manually do because my whole life cannot be automagical. Some of it has to be manual. And so I just want to go through that quickly and make sure everything is perfect for the Messians. And then we're going to have a brand new season tomorrow on the 1st of May. So yeah, so that's my day. And maybe also I think I shouldn't get home too late for my sniffy son and my husband that's looking after said sniffy son. This is my natural habitat. Sitting with my computer. Just hanging out with it. That is 99% of my life. It is a good life. And what I'm doing now in preparation for the season, so as I said, we work far in advance and I don't put everything onto the site. Ruby does that for me. And I'm just going to go through and check. So I've already watched the video. So this month we have a guest artist, and the guest artist is Checkin. She is an incredible artist, and she gets other people to make beautiful art too, which is, you know, always the point. And Shay was basically made for the season of mindfulness. She creates very mindful art and very meditative art. I'm just gonna go check and see what everything looks like. Not because I need to check on her. I don't need to check on her, just because I'm freaking excited. Like, I'm so excited. And it's the day before, and every time, every single month, there's a new season every month. But every single month I really struggle to not put it up early, like to not publish it or make it available early. Okay, so I'm just going through all of those. I have 3 windows, right? I've got one for the actual work, and the actual pages on the site. One for checking the original source stuff that she gave us, you know, the videos, the photos, the information about her, the writing that goes with the tutorials, all of that good stuff. And then the other one today is Wrath of Jody, which is when I'm doing like admin tasks, I like to listen to something in the background, because pretty sure people that work for themselves are just eternally lonely And so I just want something in the background. And I watched all the freaking vlogs yesterday. I watched Iris's vlog yesterday. And I got no one to keep me company today. And so instead I'm going to listen to a story about murder. It's a weird thing that we do nowadays.
Let's try again. Unnecessarily enthusiastic getting into the car sequence.
Left at the mall 'cause your mama forgot. I know it hurts.
It's 20 degrees in Germany. Basically a heat wave.
He just allegedly chased at least 2 intruders from his home.
A calming podcast for the 20-minute drive.
He brutally attacked his family and injured him.
Oh, I miss South Africa. That was a joke right there. If you're South African, you probably laughed at it. You might also like laughing at the fact that I'm wearing the same jersey 2 days in a row. South African or not. Today there are no balls. Just a naked lady.
Kicked out on the first day of your new job. I know it hurts so bad. Let it go. You'll be better off without our breaks. Let it go. You'll be better off without our breaks. We don't care if you love, we will never let you go. Can't take any more. I'm under control. We will fight all the time about you if you're feeling fine. It will go on as long as they want. We don't care if you love, we will never let you go. Can't take any more. I'm under control. We will fight all the time about you if you're feeling fine. It will go on as long as they want.
Good morning. Another day, another dollar. That's what I always don't say that ever. Never said that for now.
Took all the cash. I know it hurts.
Coffee.
Laying on your deathbed and can't wipe your ass. I know it hurts so bad. Let it go. If you don't, you know your heart will break. Let it go. If you don't, you know your heart will break. We don't care if you love, we will never let you go. Can't take any more. I'm under control. We will fight all the time about you if you're feeling fine. It will go on as long as they want. We don't care if you love, we will never let you go. Can't take any more. I'm under control. We will fight all the time about you if you're feeling fine. It will go on as long as they want.
Okay, so this beautiful baby is onion paper, and man, I love it. Love it. Then I also have transparent sheets. And this is cool too. But of course, all this paper is cheaper. The transparent ones. And so obviously that's why the more expensive one. Ugh, why does it always have to be that way? Quite glad that I printed those out.
So getting my friends' incredible art and putting it on my wall gave me a little bit of encouragement to put my own art on my wall. And so I've been drawing on Procreate for like 2 years, whatever, since I got it. And I've been loving it. It's actually given me freaking... that thing? Wrist carpal tunnel syndrome. It's given me that. And I'm going to a physio for that. But I really enjoy it. And so even when I'm in pain, there I am drawing. I don't know what it is. I hate drawing on paper. Love drawing on my iPad. Fun fact, I have to keep reminding myself that it's called an iPad because we call Elliot's his space rocket. And the reason we did that is because every Monday they like talk about what they did over the weekend. And we didn't want him saying, I played on my iPad. So we call it the space rocket. And so he tells his teachers that he played on the space rocket. And they probably know by now, but for a little while it took us away from the harsh judgment of parents and childcare providers. They're not judgeful, they're not judgy. Anyway, editor Kaylee here, you're looking for the word judgmental. So putting Debbie's work onto my wall, I was like, I want to do this too with mine. So I printed a bunch of mine out, and I love printing them on transparency sheets. I think it looks pretty cool. And now I've put it on the brick wall. I think all the textures working together like really makes my heart happy. Even the little pink washi tape, I'm enjoying it. So I encourage you to put some of your art on your wall. I know Misty Grenade puts her entire journals on her wall. It is insane. She's got this whole setup. And I think it is made possible due to the fact that American walls are rubbish. Like they're rubbish walls, I'm sorry. But like non-American walls are concrete. And so it's really difficult to put, like you can't just put a pin into the wall. Misty can do that, and she has taken advantage of that. And she puts her journals on the wall, which is amazing. And I want to do that. And actually, I've had like this bad boy sitting around as my display easel, and I've done nothing with him. So anyway, I've put some of my art on my wall and I'm enjoying it. It's making me happy to look at. Now I think that there are different types of creators in the world. Okay, you get the type of creator that knows exactly what they want to do at the end, and they plan accordingly, and they create and they get it done. Then you get me, and I know that Iris is like this too, but we are both creators who just kind of like create the raw materials, and then at some stage it becomes something. So when I first wanted to vlog, right, I started with the raw materials. I started with just making a ton of footage. It never ended up anywhere. And so yeah, there's like a balance that you have to do, because now I'm vlogging with intent to post. But mainly I am a raw materials kind of person. Get Messy is a raw materials, good example of that, where we just started creating art and it turned into a company. And so with my drawings, that's kind of it. I just started with the drawing, and that led to my drawing all of my journals and cataloging them. So like at the end of last year, maybe in November, I think, yeah, I've got like the exact date. No, it wasn't November, it was the beginning of the year. Doesn't matter, not applicable. That is an old person thing to do when you try and figure out names or dates or something. Anyway, I worked out that I had done at that stage, I think it was 286 journals. So last year, 2020, 6 years, 200 and end of the 200s, right? And what I wanted to do then, to kind of catalog them and to memory keep them and document them in a way, I started drawing them. And because I give away a lot of my journals, I throw them away, I reuse them, all of that, I felt like that's like a good form of documenting. Documenting has always been a good way for me to stay grateful and a good way for me to be grateful, pretty much, not depressed. It's a good for me, it's a good way to not be depressed. So I like it. And anyway, so I then last week, I catalogued all the journals I had created since I took that photo, because I took that photo and I was like, okay, now I'm going to number every journal, and I just didn't. So did that again, and looked around my studio and stuff, and marked all the new journals. Anyway, I think it's now, we've got like 320 now. And so yeah, so that's what I did. And so those are the printed images of journals that I printed out. I wanted to test them on the onion paper. Obviously the onion paper looks glorious, and I knew that because it's so bloody expensive. I think I'm going to try printing it onto vintage ledger paper, just because that is less expensive. I don't think it's going to look as good. Anyway, I think my point about the raw materials is that I started with drawing the journals. I didn't know why. I just wanted to draw them. I started with starting with process and doing, and slowly it's coming. I'm figuring out what I want to do with it. Some people have asked me, I shared them on Instagram stories, and people asked me if I was going to make a book with them. I don't think that's the project for them, but I think maybe a zine or a downloadable book or something like that. I could never charge for it, and I think when you're printing books, you have to charge. You have to cover your expenses. So if it's free, I mean, a whole bunch of my time is in there, but maybe something can be done with them. I don't know. So anyway, if you have ideas, let me know. But basically, for now, they're just sitting as illustrations of my journals. I've taken photos of them and documented them in that way. I think also the reason why I started doing it is because I love the covers of journals. I love them. And originally, I had tried to have just black moleskin journals, and I saw Pam Garrison's eclectic mix of journals, and I was like, I want to have a little bit more interest in my covers. And I've fallen in love with it, and I think that's my favorite page of my journal every time. Second favorite page is the inner one. All of these things, you see, all my favorites come from times that were not good, right? I always wanted plain black covers, and I was super intimidated, didn't want anything to happen on the cover, and then I decided to do it. So, cancelling that out. And then I'm petrified of the first page of my journal. It's too much pressure. And so I started doing a thing where I introduce myself to the journal, and it's usually a passport photo of myself, and just bullet point stats. It doesn't have to be fancy. All of these things have been my favorites. All these things that I thought were weaknesses have become my favorites. I think that's with life. It's Michael Scott style.
I work too hard, I care too much, and sometimes I can be too invested in my job.
You know that joke. Okay. Anyway, talking to you for too long. That's the story behind all the illustrations. And I'm going to work. And then one of my dear friends surprised me with flowers. Book celebration flowers. She brought her puppy with. My favorite little guy. Then they left. Finished off my work. Had an actual photo shoot with these flowers. Look at them. And then I went home.